Welcome to the Open Heart Spiritual Center, Heartstream. Thank you for being here with us, and let us turn within. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We know that all that happens in this service is in good and decent order, and that we will be inspired, motivated, loved, healed, and pressed to action. That we will continue in a space of loving. That all that happens in this service be blessed, 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 and more blessed. Let this great community continue to be a shining light in this city, this state, and even in this world. Let this time together be a time of rejoicing, love, and light. And so it is. Blessings.
What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream Live for this Sunday, February the 20th. As always, I'm so grateful and thankful for the many ways in which you support Open Heart, for all of you who continue to be faithful viewers of our Heartstream, for those who contribute financially, for those who offer their talents and everything else to make this a reality and to help us to continue in this way. This week, we have another session of Wine and Words on Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Invite each and every one of you to join us. As Krista Wright Thayer, the coordinator, says, you don't have to bring the wine, but be sure to bring yourself or bring you. I think is how she terms it, but it's an opportunity to participate. She starts out with a thoughtful quote, and we respond to that and have a great discussion. Hope to see you there. It's via Zoom. You can go to our website and log in from there. And as always, I greet you, I bless you, I see God in you. Our purpose statement. Our purpose is to create a spiritual community which recognizes that there is one presence and one power in the universe, God. Daily, we actively practice this spiritual truth. We open our heart space to each person to acknowledge one another as expressions of God. It is in each other that we see God.
Our theme for the month of February. What about love? God so loves me that it continually expresses in, through, and as me. I am inspired, open, and available to the fullest experience of life. And so it is.
Happy Sunday. I'm Lily, and here is today affirmative reading titled Talents. I discover and use my divine talents. I am a unique expression of creativity. I have talents that no one else can demonstrate quite the way I can. As I develop my skills, my soul is nourished because I am fulfilling my purpose as a divine being. Using the parable of talents, Jesus teaches his disciples to not hide their gifts, but to share them. My talent may include something as simple and fun as whistling. Or I may be blessed with artistic or musical ability, or deep empathy that allows me to connect easily with others. Just as the potential for a tall redwood tree rests in a tiny seed, a giant tortoise awaits in an egg, and the essence of the ocean exists within a single drop, so too does untapped talent dwell within me. I have so much to share with the world, and I am grateful for the opportunity.
Black history is a part of history year-round, but traditionally in the month of February, we highlight the accomplishments of Black Americans and beyond. And courtesy of the Center for Spiritual Living in Dallas, we are featuring the pioneers and evolutionaries of science of mind. Hope you enjoy.
Here's a little-known Black history science of mind fact. Some of you might know that Founders Church of Religious Science opened in Los Angeles in 1960. But do you know it was designed by a Black man? Ernest Holmes asked Paul Revere Williams, the first African-American admitted to the American Institute of Architects, to sketch an idea for the building in 1957. Williams produced a sketch of an elliptical circle, and Holmes liked what he saw. To Holmes, the sketch was the perfect symbol for wholeness, unity, the unending and all-inclusive power of love. Williams designed many landmark buildings in Los Angeles, including the iconic LAX Airport Terminal. He was later named a Fellow by the American Institute of Architects, a high honor for his outstanding achievements. Another science of mind Black history fact also involves Los Angeles and a famous singer.
This God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime.
You might recognize this song and this deep, sultry singing
There's no
voice.
such thing as Dr. Seuss, no Disneyland. Mother Goose is no nursery rhyme.
1969's best song, Grammy Award winner for Little Green Apples, celebrated vocalist O.C. Smith.
And when myself is feeling low, I think about a face aglow and ease my mind.
The talented Smith experienced several career highs that only the best musical dreams are made of. But even though Little Green Apples hit number 2 on the Billboard charts and sold more than 1 million records, the former vocalist for phenomenal band leader Count Basie knew deep down there was something more. Smith told an interviewer, "After the music success I had, I was still searching for something and didn't know what it was. I kept looking outside of myself, not realizing the reaching is in the soul, not outside." His life gained new purpose in 1980 when he and his wife Robbie Golson discovered Science of Mind. Introduced by Dr. Joseph Murphy of Laguna Beach, Smith finally heard what he had believed for so long: God as a metaphysical entity, one with all, belonging in each of us, and uniting us if we wish to see the Almighty. Inspired by the powerful spiritual principles he internalized, Smith even started explaining the metaphysical meanings of songs during his concerts. Profoundly struck by science of mind, Smith gave up his music career to study divinity, and in 1985, Dr. O.C. Smith became pastor of the City of Angels Science of Mind Center in Los Angeles.
We must recognize beauty right where we are. That's why Dr. Ernest Holmes said, there is not a spot where God is not.
He gained a reputation for mixing jazz with storytelling and for being a loving force of financial support to single-parent households, low-income families, and foster children. The church's City of Angels Foundation also provided dozens of scholarships to help students attend colleges across the nation. Dr. O.C. Smith and Paul Revere Williams, Black evolutionaries in science of mind.
Good morning. These are your announcements.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day. Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
Hey, Open Heart. Let's meet up this Thursday, February 24th at 6:30 p.m. for our Wine and Words. There's no wine required, but be sure to bring you. It's an opportunity for us to gather virtually, and our facilitator, Krista Wright Thayer, provides us with a quote that's food for thought, and we have amazing discussions, and we want you to join us. See you on Thursday. The exhibition continues at the Dixon Gallery and Gardens, connecting with nature by our own Matthew Lee. Coming up next is a workshop on Saturday, March the 19th from 10:30 to 1:30. And there's information you can see about how to register and to be a part of this workshop by the very talented Matthew. A reminder to those who are participating in our course, Transform Your Life, that we will meet this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Hope to see you there. At Open Heart, we believe in the power of affirmative prayer. Daily, we hold the space for and see the healing, the wholeness, the connection, the strength and encouragement, inspiration, and everything else that is needed by all of these people that you see here on our prayer list and beyond. We know that prayer truly is the way for these things to manifest and come forward in each other's lives. We make it welcome, knowing that it's already done in the mind of God. I'm always grateful to those who provide an affirmative reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And this is your opportunity to submit a video to Jay Gilmore at Openheartspiritual.org. Our daily affirmative prayer call takes place each and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. Dial in as one of our prayer team members shares an inspirational reading and then prays for you, all in about 7 minutes. As always, we're thankful for your gifts. There are 3 ways to give: through our Cash App, to give online at our website, or text the word GIVE to 615-422-4292. Infinite prosperity is mine to share. I am blessed, and we hope that you will continue to share in your prosperity with Open Heart.
Good morning, Open Heart family. It is a pleasure to be with all of you on this love stream on this gorgeous, beautiful day. I greet you, I bless you, and I see the goddess in you. Will you just join me as I get myself centered, prepared to be a conduit for the divine. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be a reflection of the divine within. And so it is. Our theme this month here at Open Heart Spiritual Center is What About Love? And my talk title today is Love Is. So in the late 50s and 60s and 70s, it seemed like love had a better image. In the 50s, love is a many splendid thing. And I had no idea that this movie was about like interracial love and love far away and love during war. But again, in the midst of all that chaos, love was considered a many splendid thing. And then in the 60s and the 70s, the Beatles told us, all you need is love. Love, love, love. All you need is love. And how many of you remember these cute little comics? Love is. Love is the one who helps you put the dark behind you. And love is he or she is your favorite ray of sunshine. It was just beautiful. Love was a good thing, a happy thing. And then the 80s came and there was some kind of shift. In New Jack Soul, we had Hathaway. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Then we got Punk, and Howard Jones said, what is love anyway? Does anybody love anybody anyway? Pat Benatar is, love is a battlefield. It's like, what is going on? And then Heart, this great pop duo, said, what about love? Don't you want somebody to care about you? What about love? Don't let it slip away. What about love? I only want to share it with you. You might need it someday. And then the diva, the empress, the queen, the duchess, the goddess of rock and roll said herself, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a secondhand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? It just seems like love is this thing outside of you that's coming to get you. It's going to hurt you. You might need it someday. Secondhand, it's like, wow. That love is just some force outside of you, and it's just feeling and it's emotional attachments. Is that all that love is? Oh, hang on, my bookcase is falling. Well, let's go to some sources that know that love begins within and go to some spiritual texts that can give us a more heart-centered definition of what love is. So this first quote comes from the Hadith, which is a collection of sayings by Muhammad, and may peace be upon him. The quote is, you will not enter paradise until you believe, and you will not believe until you love one another. Right, straight out of that writing, that love one another. You don't even have to be a Christian for that to be a part of your mantra, your way of being. Muhammad himself, love one another. And then from the Yajur Veda, which is prose text, or prose sacred text of Hinduism, the one who loves all intensely begin perceiving in all living beings a part of himself. He becomes a lover of all, a part and parcel of the universal joy. He flows with the stream of happiness and is enriched by each soul. Then if we go to the sacred text of New Testament, so many texts in there about love, but probably the most famous is 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 13, where Paul begins, did I speak in the tongues of men and angels, but have not love? I am nothing but a clanging cymbal. And then these verses 4 through 8, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable and it keeps no record of being wronged, does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith. It is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. So then we take it from this spiritual aspect, and it shows us that love is something that's eternal. We see that it's communal, right? If you love everybody. You can't just, well, I love a few folks, and it's not love. That love is communal, that to enter into heaven, into the mind state, that sacred space of heaven, of consciousness and connection with the cosmic Christ, we've got to love everyone. And that love is an expression of the divine. That once you start loving, you see yourself, which is the divine, in everyone. It is an action, right? It's not boastful, it's hopeful, it encourages, it always believes. It is divine. It is the divine in action. It is a way of being. And I remember when one of my very first instances of divine in action of love in this place is when Gail had fallen through our attic to our concrete. You know, our plumber was here, Dustin. Thank you, Dustin, who was a white Pentecostal preacher. And he was up in his house with these LGBTQ black ladies from the West. And when Gail came through that attic, he could have, what they did, him and the young man that was helping here, get her in the house and call 911, and he would have done enough, and I would have been thankful. But he stayed until that ambulance got here, and then he called me on her phone. And when I saw her gorgeous face come up, and I'm like, hey, baby cakes, and I heard his voice, I was like, wow, the fear came right in me. And he's like, this is what happened, called the ambulance, and I was just panicking. And he said, I think they're going to take her to Methodist North. I'm like, I don't know where that is, we just moved. He's like, I'm going to stay on the phone with you. So I said, I don't know how to get there. He's like, where are you at? Right? I was just so panicky. And he told me, I knew, just go on the 14. And then I was on the way there, and he says, well, he gave me a little place to stop in between. And he called me, says, they're not taking her there, they're taking her to the Med. I don't know what, right? I was just, He told me how to get there. He called that night. He called the next day. He kept checking in on her. He saw me in the grocery store. Now, I didn't know him, but he had met Lily, so he recognized me with her and just embraced me. And I'm so grateful that all the titles, that this white Pentecostal preacher didn't care about these two black LGBTQ ladies, but what he saw was love. And he was God in action. And that's what love is. Action, where you bring love, light, hope, and healing. And so, Dustin, I love you forever, and thank you. What does the founder of the Centers for Spiritual Living, or Science of Mind, say about love? That love is the greatest power in the universe. It is the basis and source of everything. Love is the sole impulse for creation, and the man or woman who does not have it as the greatest incentive in their life have never developed the real creative instinct. No one can swing out into the universal without love, for the whole universe is based upon it. Love is within us. It cannot be destroyed. It can't be ignored. And to the extent that we abandon love, we feel it has abandoned us. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. Through the power of love, we can let go of past history and begin again. Love heals, love forgives, and love makes whole. Just as John was talking about, that God isn't a noun, it's, all right, God is an energy, a substance, a way of being. It is like gravity. It is like light. It is. And that love is in that same thing. Love is an energy. It is a force. It is a healing agent. It is a way of being. And that invitation for John to use the next 30 days, starting from his first sermon, to be loving. That love is our default. Love is a way of being. And I'll end our time together with this quote from Gary Zukav, the author of Seat of the Soul. Love is not a passive state. It is an active force. It is the force of the soul. Love does more than bring peace where there is a conflict. It brings a different way of being in the world. It brings harmony and an active interest in the well-being of others. It brings concern and care. Love brings light. Namaste.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, gotta let it go. Gotta let it all go. Are you listening? You got to let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I am free in the Spirit. Do you want to be free? Then let me hear you say yes. Yes, I